All right, traders, the green streak continues. I ended up having another successful green day, and I was using the same exact trading strategy on put options to go short on the market as I did yesterday to buy put options at the exact peak again towards the morning, starting off the day very, very hot with $4,000 in profits. After that, I had some small losses, then I had some small wins. Overall, finished the day up a couple $1,000s. With that being said, towards the end of this video, I'll be recapping trades and price action analysis to teach you the trading strategies that I'm using to profit consistently just trading the SPY. But I'm going to start this video off hot with our new trading plan. I am seeing an amazing opportunity to short the market and buy put options once again heading into tomorrow. I'll be giving you my key levels along with explaining to you my thesis and pattern and reasoning behind this. Let's get straight into it. Fridays are known for being my best days. Every single day this week was green. The vast majority of the team was green, resulting in over 90% student success rate this week. Let's get straight into it because Fridays are known for being my best. I'm seeing the perfect opportunity to make money once again, and it's going to be a very lucrative trading day tomorrow. So let's get straight into the analysis. This is the daily pattern that I'm seeing on the SPY. What I want you to do is I want you to compare this daily candlestick right here to this daily candlestick right here. As you can see, they look identical. What ended up happening the next day? The next day, the SPY ended up pushing a little bit higher above the previous day highs. Then it sold off for a major bull trap closing week at the lows. So if this pattern that I'm seeing repeats itself, the SPY is supposed to have a very bearish bull trap day tomorrow. And if it repeats itself to an exact T, it's supposed to push a little bit higher above today's highs, which is at 425.37. And if you've been watching my channel, we've been very focused on shorting the market and buying put options towards these two key levels, which is going to be 426 resistance along with $427.30 gap, right? So that's the pattern and that's the trend that I'm seeing. Another way to measure this move is to just see how big it spiked last time. So last time the high was 443.30. The day after that, it went to 444.40. So it went $1 above the highs. So in a sense, the potential top can be $1 above the highs, which would be $426.37, which is a key resistance level that we've been waiting to go short and buy put options if you watch my previous videos. And it's also very, very close to the gap at 427.30. Now, you're gonna need to use the pre-market as well to determine where the exact top is gonna be. The way I've been able to determine where the exact top was gonna be is I've been looking at the pre-market highs. And I noticed 425.45 triggered a massive crash. So when I saw the SPY spike back to those pre-market highs, instead of going with the exact top at 425.45, what I did was the same trading strategy that I used yesterday to buy puts towards the exact top. I looked at the support. I noticed there was support right here where the SPY was consolidating at 425.20. When it cracked this key support, it had a big crash. So if it's going to spike right back up to that previous support, it's going to try to react as a resistance and form a lower high and drop first, even if it ends up going bullish later on the day. But I was also able to be so successful buying put options this morning because of that video that I made this morning. It didn't hit my price, but I told you in terms of the pattern, if the SPY has a move up, they're going to try to drop it right back down. And surely enough, they dropped it right back down based off the daily pattern. These daily patterns don't repeat themselves the exact way in similar cycles. That's what you need to understand. And in terms of how to identify how similar, you need to trade the patterns, trade the price action, trade what you see, look at the pre-market data. You have to actually learn how to trade, right? So that's the game plan for put options tomorrow. Based off the daily pattern, I will be interested in buying puts and going short on the market towards 425.50. The SPY closed at $424.50. $1 above that is 425.50. It's also towards major pre-market resistance. Now, in terms of my other key levels for put options where I plan to go short and add into as well, in terms of day trading levels too, I am very interested in $426. This right here is key support zone that has not been tested. Once we go to 426 to 426.20, the SPY is going to have a very, very nice drop. And then another phenomenal level, of course, is the gap at 427.30. Save these levels because the SPY is supposed to drop first from these levels. It has gotten to a point where losing is literally a choice. Every single day this week, I've been trading towards market open and I've been having a lot of success. And then I've noticed in terms of the brackets, there's 3 brackets to the day. There's the morning session, which is from market open till about 11 a.m. Then there's lunchtime, which you can say is about 11 a.m. to like 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Then there's more power hour, more volatility. Things pick up towards the end of the day, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. As of lately, the trend that I've been noticing with myself is I've been doing actually extremely well trading at market open. And then I give back some gains, don't trade as well towards the middle of the day. But I'm not trading with as much size because I already won on the day with my size. So I'm not taking a big hit even if I'm having some losers, and I cut my losers quickly. Then I pick things back up towards the end of the day and I do very, very well. So I'm going to use that to my advantage moving forward with into the market. And in terms of, well, why that is, why that things are changing, it has to do with the market. It has to do with cycles. It has to do with price action. It also has to do with, some personal things, not getting the best sleep. I can do very, very well in the morning, I've realized, but then it starts to kick in towards the middle of the day and I could get back some gains. And then from there, just take a quick nap and then boom, I'm back in the game towards end of hours. And I've also noticed I thrive best during volatility. I do extremely well during volatility. I do extremely well when the perfect patterns have been setting up. And as of lately, those perfect trading opportunities have been setting up towards the market open with my trading strategies. So with that being said, that's my overall analysis for put options and going short on the market. If that pattern does repeat itself, the SPY is supposed to go super bearish and close weak at the lows. So heading into tomorrow, if I'm seeing confirmations that it's repeating itself, no matter what, I'll be interested in buying puts and going short at the market at those key levels that I gave you. I genuinely believe that's the best thing to be doing. But in terms of call options, with this information and this pattern, I am going to be extremely meticulous on how I buy call options and have the highest standards possible. So in terms of buying call options, it would have to be at unreal levels that haven't been tested. So these are my only levels for calls heading into tomorrow. It is going to try to spike towards 421.20 to 422. It's going to try to spike there first, but my standards are much, much higher than that, so I'm not too interested in. I'm going into the market with extremely high standards for call options. In terms of call options, the only thing I would really recommend for you to try is to buy calls at the pre-market lows. $418.80 has not been tested. It will try to bounce first. That's a great oversold level where it hasn't been tested yet, so it tends to bounce first. And this is where a major, major bear trap was triggered. And then my level below that is going to be right here, June lows. June lows is 416.80. So that's how my brain thinks, and that's how I see based off the pattern. I'm not going to blindly trade that pattern, but it's going to have massive influence with what I know and the things that are brewing and on why I believe SPY is supposed to drop, which has nothing to do with that pattern at $426 and $427.30. I have strong reasons. Previous support supposed to react as a resistance, gap close reversal level. And then I'm stacking this pattern that can repeat on top of that to get a sense on where it's going to top out as well, right? But based off the pattern, I'm mainly going to be focused on put options and shorting at those key levels. I'll be swaying away from calls. So since I'm swaying away from calls and since I have a killer game plan for puts that is likely going to already work out, if I'm doing calls, I'm going to let the pattern influence me even if it doesn't work out. And I'm just going to go with the best levels possible because it can be a bearish day where it closes weak at the lows. 416.80 and 418.80. Those are my only 2 key levels for calls as of now. And again, that's just based off the pattern for calls. And it's also based off of, I already have in a sense that the odds of me winning doing puts at those levels are going to be extremely successful. I don't need to close bearish week at the lows. I don't need to do calls to be successful. The market is towards my put levels. The best thing I could do is focus on shorting the market and buying those put options at those key levels. So I'm going to let that pattern influence me to sway away from calls and only do calls at levels that should work and that are going to be absolutely unreal if they hit and should have a nice little bounce. 418.80, 416.60. That's how I view the market in terms of preparing for my success heading into tomorrow. The best trading opportunities will be the puts. So I'm swaying away from calls and I'm only doing calls at those key support levels. That is my game plan. I believe the best thing you can do is to play put options and to short the market at those key levels. And that's how I let that pattern and that's how I let my trading setups for puts influence me on what I'm going to do for calls. You see how high I set the bar and raise my standards. If I'm going to trade calls on a potential day where I strongly believe the puts are going to work and on a potential day where it can close weak at the lows, that's how high I set my standards. I trade extremely high quality setups and I always lead you guys in the best trades possible. So that's how I view the market personally, based off of price action and a technical view. Using my strategies where previous support is supposed to react as a resistance, we drop at 426, 426.20. Based off the pattern, it could potentially top at 425.50, a dollar above the previous closing price. And then the gap close reversal level, 427.30, best price to short options, buy put options. Go back and watch my previous videos. You'll begin to understand how these trading strategies work. That is my game plan for tomorrow. We will crush it and we will have a very successful green day. If you are serious about changing your life and making this the best quarter four you've ever had trading, along with laying down the proper foundations to set you up for your best trading year coming soon at 2024, join Trader Society. It is the first link down below in the description. Every single day we are going green. Ever since, G-War and I have been working very, very closely together, his green streak is now over like 23, 24 days. I'm on another hot streak. We're barely going red, man. Every single day it's green. It's literally going red at this point as a choice. I'm always starting off green, and then I'll have some small losses, get back some small profits, but I know how to manage my risk, because part of trading isn't just trading what you see, but it's managing your risk. So if you're already green on the day and you don't know how to stay green, you're a lost cause. There's no hope for you. You already won. You're already green. If you're already green, you go from green to red. I have no sympathy for you. You already won the day. You already won. So protect your risk. Part of trading is managing your risk. It's not just trading candlesticks, trading price action. There's a lot of psychological aspects along with risk management. Think about why you need risk management. If you didn't have risk management, right, you would need to win every single trade you make. That would be the only way where you can be successful without risk management, if you win every single trade you make, which is impossible to do. I do believe there's strategies out there where you can win 85% of the time, but if you're going all in on every single trade, you have no risk management, and then you hold your losers, guess what? You get back all your profits the 15% of the time you're losing. Part of trading is risk management and identifying what's best for your day. I've already identified the best thing I could potentially do for the day, which is to focus on put options at my key levels. The worst thing I could do is to buy call options. And since that's the worst thing I can possibly do, in my opinion, I will only look to buy call options at unreal support levels that likely won't hit. But if they hit, they're likely going to bounce, even if it closes bearish on the day. So I align myself for success before I even have the opportunity to trade. That's what's different here. And what I teach works. And if you've been taking advantage of the lessons that I post, you should be doing phenomenal. You should be having great green days. So if you're serious about joining Trader Society and you're serious about making money with us, it's the first link down below in the description. It's a one-time fee. It's lifetime access. If you're serious about surrounding yourself with multimillionaires, if you're serious about surrounding yourself with people who know how to trade, it's the first link down below in the description. This is the second day in a row, and you mark my words. Tomorrow's going to be day 3 where I do it. Fridays are known for being my best days, and you're going to witness more legacy and more consistency tomorrow, because I planned for this all in advance. I know what's coming to me, and I genuinely deserve it. And I'm looking forward to reaping those rewards because I know it works. I dedicated my entire life to this. Let's go over the trades now. So in terms of the trade recap, this is the main trade. 9:35 a.m., I'm in 425 puts. We could drop first, then try to push higher for a reversal later after 10 a.m. I'm overall bullish on the day. I bought my put options at that key level at 9:35 a.m. Right here, it had a small spike. I added to my puts. And then as soon as the day started, just like the day before, another successful day. Everyone's banking on puts. We're all going green. I'm making 30% profit return in 3 minutes. That's how quickly I make money. 30% in 3 minutes. You put 10 grand in, that's $3,000 back in 3 minutes. I do that 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a day. Speed of light. As a scalper, I identify opportunities where I can make a 30% return in minutes. Dimitri did it too today. He alerted his trade on calls in real time today. He posted the profit. He posted everything. Dimitri made $4,000 in 3 minutes on a $25,000 trade. What's our rate? Our rate right now is sitting at $1,000 a minute. That's how much our time is worth when we're trading. $1,000 a minute. Scalping for small baby wins. We have G-Roy here, the best day trader within the chat. He's getting 200% in 15 to 30 minutes doing SPX. He's the best day trader I've ever seen. I'm a scalper. I know what I'm best at, and I know my place. I know my rate. I can make $1,500 a minute. That's my rate. I could do $1,500, $2,000 in 1 single minute. So you tell me, how much power do we have? How much time is our time really worth? And this is all strategically planned for in advance, where we don't have to sit here and watch the market. If we're sitting and we're watching the market, we're doing it because we're passionate about it and we love to make money. I love trading. I'm very passionate about doing what it is that I'm doing. And that's why I watch the market. And I do believe if you want to be the best, you're going to have to put the time in and you're going to have to put the work in. So the reason why I was doing put options, same exact reason as yesterday. So I already came into the perspective where if the market spikes, it's going to try to drop first, which is that pattern that I showed you in the video that I posted this morning, which is what happened in a sense. So I noticed that the SPY was forming a lot of resistance. You could see the support. Look at the support, 425. There's support at 425. It has a sell-off. It goes back to the support. Like I told you, when SPY has a big sell-off, cracking that support, if it turns into resistance, which it likely will, it's going to form a new lower high, and then it's going to try to drop lower. So when I saw a bearish 30-minute wick at the previous support, and it's no longer going back to this resistance, I said, previous support is reacting as a resistance. That's bearish, and then they're going to try to crack the support. So what did I do? When the market opened, I told myself, I am going to go short when it goes back to the support. And the support was right here. The support that has not been tested that triggered the major bull trap was at 425.20. See how it was consolidating? Once it cracked the consolidation level, it had a big sell-off. So if it's going to spike right back up, this one trading strategy that I coach and teach you every single day, it's been playing out. I made over 6 figures with this one simple price action trading strategy, right? Why can't other people do that? Because trading is more than this. You have to understand psychology. You have to understand risk management and position sizing. If you're going all in on every trade, guess what? When you have a loss, you're giving back the vast majority of your gains. You have to understand there's other aspects to trading than just the chart, right? And you're going to learn that by trading and by going through a lot of trauma and by losing a lot of money. That's the only way to learn from it. You have to gain experience. You have to sit here. You have to trade. You have to watch the market all day. Then you get into a situation where if you don't want to, you don't have to. I don't have to watch the market all day. I choose to as of now because I have a team that counts on me. This is my skill set and this is what I believe I'm best at currently. And I'm truly passionate and I truly love what it is that I'm doing. I don't just do this for money. I actually enjoy what it is that I'm doing. I've always loved video games and basically I cut off video games and I turned the stock market and social media and everything else into a video game, and it's a way to make money and it's a way to help other people. It's a win-win for me and it feels good to bring others up with you. I make these videos for a reason, not just to make money and to help people, but also this helps make me a better trader. Me instilling my trading plans, sharing with the world what I'm planning to do, that instills a level of accountability that I have a team to rely on, and I'm supposed to do what it is that I say I'm supposed to do. It's a different level. You can Google it, man. It's proven studies where if you teach others what you're doing, you'll become better at that thing. If you're teaching other people, and I'm telling you, from my experience, ever since I launched my business, Trader Society, this has helped me become such a better trader. And it's also helped me become, to have a greater sense of purpose, where instead of me just providing for myself, making money in the market, I'm also helping create better traders because what I do works and I've seen it work for others, not just myself. So I know that I have a purpose to do something better within this life than to just take money out of the market for myself. So there's a lot of reasons why I do what I do. But the point is, man, this reacted as a resistance. Previous support reacts as a resistance, bearish 1 minute red candle. That's why I'm buying puts. That's why I'm short in the market. Literally the same exact thing that I did in yesterday's video. Go back and watch it. Go back and watch yesterday's video. It's the same strategy. I do this every single day, man, right? So that was the main play on puts. Now, let's go over some other quick price action trading strategies. I mentioned this trading strategy to you for 3 times now. Only one person in my chat reached out to me personally and said, Will, this trading strategy that you've been teaching, I've been seeing it happen in the market. I've been using it and it's been making me successful. I received only one message. So it works for me. It works for him. But what about the 1,000+ other people? What are they doing? They're sleeping, man. Stop sleeping. I'm giving you the education. Look, man, we had a guy buying calls at the exact lows today using the trading strategy that I've been talking about. I tell you guys all the time, when SPY is at key support and it forms these 30-minute green bullish wicks, what does it do? It retests the high of the wick, then it tries to break out. I taught this trading strategy 3 times alone this week. There's been opportunity. And if you go back to watch all my videos, you're going to start to see it's the same pattern. It's the same strategy. It works. This right here is a 30-minute bullish wick at key support. And I told you guys, SPY is likely going to bounce at 421.60. That ended up working out phenomenal if you watch my video. I also told you guys SPY was going to try to bounce at 423.60. That ended up bouncing twice. And I played that for a 20% profit return. All the key levels worked. Now, in terms of this one, there was a 30-minute green bullish pattern where the SPY is going to try to spike first and go above this level. So as you can see, when it closed 30-minute green bullish like this, what do? You start to buy it when it looks bearish, when it goes back towards the low of this. And then you sell into the rip. Your price target is towards here. You sell into that. Shortly enough, it works. The same pattern that I just showed you, I've been telling you about for the past week. And I've been saying this for several months now. Look at this one. You have the green bullish wick right here, and it's at key support. What does it do? It spikes right back up to the wick. Same exact pattern. And you're going to see it keeps on happening. You have to know how to use it, though. We don't use that at strong resistance. We use that at key support. You have to understand, bullish candlesticks must be at our key supports, not at levels where we're interested in puts and going bearish on. We don't use it at resistance. That's what you need to understand. It's more than a pattern. There's a placement to the pattern. Say that pattern was at previous resistance where the SPY had a massive breakout, right? And it goes back and it forms at that previous resistance. It's going to try to turn into support. We'll buy it then. That worked out phenomenal this week. Look, same thing. Look at this. Same thing. Look at these candlesticks. Look, what do I tell you it's going to do? Spike back to the high. Spike back to the high. What does it do? It spikes back to the high. This right here, we spoke about this. We do all this in real time. You think I just make this stuff up after the market closes? No. Everything I'm saying in these videos, we say in real time with analysis, and we make real-time trades. There's no other team doing it like us. We say the analysis in real time. This exact pattern, we went over this in the last video. If you're actually watching these 20, 30-minute videos, right? Look at the key levels. We go to key level. No, video analysis. Video analysis right here. This was at 10:53 a.m. I gave the analysis on why SPY was going to try to spike. I said it was at pre-market lows, and it formed the green bullish 30-minute towards pre-market lows. I told the team, it's going to spike right back up to 428. They bought calls. Shortly enough, it spiked right back up to 428. So when these 30-minute candlesticks are closing like this at key support that we're interested in buying calls, we expect them to go back up to the high of these wicks. So we're buying towards the lows when they're dropping and looking bearish after they close like this, right? You could have done that trade once. You could have done that trade twice. That's 2 wins right there. Same strategy here. Take a look at it. Now we're going to go to today, and you're going to see, oh, that's the same thing. It's the same exact thing, right? You're going to see same strategy right here. So look at these 2 candlesticks. Then we go back to right here, and you're going to see visually, this is the same exact pattern. Oh, there it is. And it spiked back up to the wicks. And then as you can see, it spiked right back up to the wicks. Same pattern. I had one member, only one member mention that within the chat today. It just goes to show you how many people don't take advantage of the education that I put out and apply themselves. They just want to be spoon-fed, which is great. I can see why you want to be spoon-fed, because you have the understanding that you're likely not going to be better than someone who has 10 years plus of experience. But if you want to be confident and build a skill set, you need to actually learn how to trade and not just blindly rely on other people's alerts. I see the attraction for wanting to blindly follow someone because they dedicated their entire life to this and they know what it is that they're doing. But you must become more than that. You must become a trader. You must become successful. You must become competent. You can try to blindly follow people and you can make money doing that. It is possible, but I'll tell you this, it does not feel good. It is not a good feeling inside blindly following someone else. You know, they can have an off day. And if they have an off day, guess what? You could have prevented yourself having an off day if you have the education to see that they were going to have an off day, right? And then you could say, well, what if this person never has an off day and they're always on point? All the power to you. But what I'm telling you is, it is not a good feeling to not understand why you're making money, to not understand how you're making the money, you need to become more. You need to become a trader. You need to become successful. You need to take self-accountability. You need to apply yourself. You need to put in the work and experience. You don't want to just blindly follow anyone. You want to become more. You could become better than that person. You never know, right? So it's a good feeling to just know how to trade and understand the trading opportunity instead of just blindly following someone. So I'm just going to leave it off at that. That's how I see it. Now, I do genuinely believe there's people out there who can alert trades and they can make money if they have the balls to do that, and if they have the skill set to be consistent and to always do what they're supposed to do, to be that sharp and strong minded. I genuinely believe you can make money doing that. I personally don't think, though, you should be striving to just do that. I don't think you should just be striving to blindly follow someone's trades and try to become successful that way. I think you should actually learn how to trade. So I'm going to leave it up with that. It's the first link down below in the description. I'll tell you this, man. I've followed some successful traders, and it is a terrible feeling to blindly follow someone into a trade and just not understand why they're in that trade, not understand what they're seeing, how they're making the money, where they plan to get out, and where their price target is. It's a horrible feeling to not have that education and to not have that understanding, to not be a trader. That doesn't make you a trader if you blindly follow another trader. That just makes you a fucking sheep. So then it's your job as a sheep to pick the right guy, right? But that's something that I would never settle for and optimize for. That's just the beginning point. You need to actually learn how to trade. I'm going to leave it off at that. If you're serious about learning how to trade, if you're serious about making money, it's the first link down below in the description. You watch. We are going to close out this week so strong tomorrow with this plan. I will see you guys till then.